Let's talk about the best type of tzitzis to buy for your talis. The first thing to understand is that the Torah says, "Gedilim ta'aseh lach," you shall make strings for your garment. So the Shulchan Aruch brings down and established halacha that the strings must be made for the purpose of being used for the mitzvah of tzitzis. So the fringes at your garment, from the moment that they leave the sheep and are spun into wool tzitzis, they must be made for the purpose of that mitzvah. Or if it's cotton, the moment the cotton is harvested, it has to be used for that purpose. That is what it seems to. That's what it would appear to be. Now, the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramah both explain that we do not require that the cleaning of such things be done for the mitzvah. One could go ahead and buy raw materials and then say, I'm going to spin this for the mitzvah of tzitzis. So while they would like it to be picked and especially cleaned, they use the lashon of niputz, the actual combing of the wool, to make the strings, and that it be spun correctly into strings for tzitzis. The most important thing is that at the moment of spinning the threads, one must make the statement l'shem mitzvahs tzitzis, or ani zeh l'shem mitzvah tzitzis. Right? I am doing this for the purpose of the mitzvah of tzitzis. So the question is, nowadays a lot of these things are made by hand, and a lot of them are made by machine. Is it okay to use machine as opposed to being made by hand? So many people make the point that there's nothing that requires the person to actually have to put something of their own involvement into the item, that it has to be from human force directly. So using a machine, before you're about to start the spinning, you say, I'm going to make these strings for tzitzis, and you flip on the machine and it does its thing, or it spins it, however you're setting it up. That should suffice. However, some poskim, such as the most recent in Israel, like Rav Pesach Frank and Chazon Ish, were not big fans of doing these things that were not done specifically with a person using their own hand-guided investment. They felt that it was done, when it's done by a machine, it's done without intention. It's as if you gave it to somebody who is not paying attention for making it for the mitzvah. So, while it's completely acceptable to buy strings, you must buy them with a proper hechsher to make sure that the strings were made by saying these were made for the mitzvah of tzitzis. They also have to be tied onto the garment for the same purpose. And some people require you to get tzitzis made by hand, so that way a person put their own involvement into it, saying this is for the mitzvah of tzitzis.